actually, the cost of those is proposed to be more than the whole gondola system, so it's kind of a funny private versus public projects are competing right now right there. Just some more detail of that. There's that cliff I was talking about. You can see that staircase on the right. If you have a family with little kids and stuff, it's just very difficult, and that's what we're trying to overcome. Here's how it may look with this when new waterfront's all done. This lower station would connect right to the boardwalk where the people are walking and be able to connect them to the rest of the city. And the last slide is we're kind of leading a real great team of lawyers and engineers and everybody here, architects and consultants, and we have a long way to go still. We have to eventually get a vote from the city council here that they'll let us put this in the right of way. This is all on public land. There's no private property involved. So there's a very complicated agreement that is still in the works of how everything, you know, kind of gets set up there. But we're real optimistic, and we have great support, and we're really excited. We're hoping to get this built in the next 2 years when the viaduct gets demolished in 2016. We're hoping to then build the gondola because the viaduct is a barrier for the gondola now.
Kyle, can you hear me?
Yeah, I actually muted myself by mistake. Can you hear that? I hope I wasn't muted the whole time.
No, we heard you well. You did a great job. You did a fantastic job. Can we give him a round of applause for that presentation? Very quickly, we got a couple of folks that have to leave for another meeting, so I'm going to give them the chance to ask a question first, then we'll go to the rest of the group here real quick. So anyone, for those who have to go to the Capital Area MPO meeting, have any questions for Mr. Griffith from Seattle? Any questions? This is your opportunity. Well, it's not your only opportunity. You can catch them later. I will mention you all have a handout at your seats that's part of their press package. Pulled it off the web, Miracle at Google. So it has some of the information. It has his contact information. You could contact him directly. You can certainly contact us, but you can certainly reach out to him directly and do that if you have follow-up questions. But any initial things on your mind from the group that has to go to the MPO first? Anything? Okay. Any questions in general from the audience, what you heard from the presentation? Yes, sir.
What are their estimates of the construction cost?
Okay. So the question was, what are your estimates of construction cost, at least a general range, and remind everybody again the length of the system too.
Sure. Our construction cost right now is in the tens of millions for the whole system. And the actual construction part of that is still yet to be determined, but we budgeted, you know, between 20 and 50 million for the entire system.
Okay. And that length from the convention center to the waterfront, not a long distance. How far is that?
Right, and yeah, it's only 10 blocks, and then we may be doing a phase 2 of the project where we actually go farther into downtown, and that would be another 10 blocks.
Okay.
But, you know, the system could be 100 blocks, and it wouldn't really cost a whole lot more. It's just the way we're configuring it for our purposes.
Very good. Other questions for Mr. Griffith from Seattle? Again, this is the gentleman with the Pier 57 wheel. You saw the gray wheel, and of course the little cars are called gondolas, so it's kind of a neat connection there as well. Other questions for him? One more here. Yep.
Gravity, tell us how that powers the system.
Okay. Kyle, the question here was about how does gravity power or otherwise impact the system?
Well, the system's powered with an electric motor. Gravity is not really used to power it, although it comes into play in the physics of the operation. And, you know, on emergency situations, if there's a loss of power, like on the wheel, we can use gravity to unload. There may be an opportunity on the gondola too.
Good question. Time for one or two more if we have them here. Any more? Okay. Well, Kyle, you did a fantastic job on your presentation, and let's give him one more round of applause from here from Raleigh. And I'll leave him on so we can hear all this. The draft slides that Seth and Marshall showed are already on our website. If you go to letsgetmoving.org/PRT and gondolas, you could go there directly, or you can just click on the innovation series. You can get that on the homepage and click through that. And then if you look at the list of all the events for the innovation series, you would be able to see their presentation. You would also be able to see an electronic version of the 4-page handout at your seat. You'd also see one of the larger presentations from the press package that he has shown here. So all that's available. Seth and Marshall showed you a video. Those are not yet posted, but we're working to get those posted very soon as well. In terms of, let me pull this up here. Go to the very end. Our innovation series is certainly not done. We're on to session number 7 in only a few weeks. BRT, Economic Development, Walkability, and Urban Design. These will be 2 presenters, both from the University of Utah, one of which has been in Raleigh not too many years ago. Mr. Reed Ewing, who also worked on the report on the most recent Smart Growth America study in Sproul, actually. That just came out earlier this month. He'll be talking about urban design, and they'll be talking about economic development, looking at that, not just bus rapid transit, but also walkability in general. I think it would be of interest to you. More information about the series is again available at these websites here. Again, the lower right-hand corner to follow the conversation on Twitter. I know Natalie's done a very good job tweeting some of the elements of it. And again, we thank you for coming for today's session on circulator innovations at the last mile. On behalf of all the entire RTA leadership team and our RTA chair in Paradise, we bid you adieu and say, let's get moving. Thank you.